Hi folks, this video is going to summarise the discussion between Rob Mottram and Chris Jones, the Ofsted inspector. We've called it "What does Ofsted's IF mean for me?" And although we don't do what we do merely to satisfy Ofsted, we do want to be acknowledged for the work that we put in. So drawing on that discussion and looking at the IF, what do we need to know? What are the implications for us as teachers at the chalk face? So a useful starting point is this idea that the three themes of intent, implementation and impact should be, in Chris Jones's words, the golden thread that runs through our practice. And of course these are the three areas that will determine Ofsted's view on the quality of education at the college. So let's take each of these in turn. So we were asked to think of intent not as mission, vision and values, but as content. What's the content of our curriculum? What do we choose to teach? So here are a few headings that can help us order our thinking on this. Which programs? Whose needs? What destinations? And what gaps? So in terms of which programs, this includes what exam board and awarding bodies we choose to use. Why do we choose them? The sizes of the qualifications we teach, the units, the modules we select to teach from within those qualifications. We have reasons for those choices. What are those reasons? Whose needs refers to our students as learners, of course, but also to what extent does the curriculum we teach meet both the needs of industry and our local community? Then what destinations we have in mind for our students, whether it's higher education, further study at the college, apprenticeships, employment. That will also inform our choices of what we include in our curriculum, or at least it ought to. And perhaps some divisions send more students in one direction than in another direction, and these things don't have to be the same across the college. They might be contextual with your subject. Finally, in the context of the recent pandemic, how have we accounted for the very high likelihood of knowledge and skills gaps among our students that would not have been so pronounced in previous years? How have we modified our curriculums to take account of these factors? So early diagnosis of gaps is going to be crucial, both this year and in probably the next few years as well, when we're responding to the learners in front of us. So this stuff is of particular importance to HODs, as they'll need to have a really good bird's eye view of the curriculum as well as a rationale for curriculum choices made. But your HOD will want to work with the team to develop answers to these questions. So when we come to implementation, we're thinking about things that are of particular relevance to us in our roles as teachers and lecturers in our classrooms. So I've ordered these thoughts under three headings. These have been taken more or less verbatim from Chris Jones. Focus on remembering, build connections over time, aim for fluency and automaticity. So there's an unapologetic emphasis in the inspection framework on memory, which I personally feel is a good thing. So we need to have thought as teachers and lecturers about the best and most appropriate ways of getting our students to remember what we're teaching them, not merely cramming for an assessment and then forgetting it straight afterwards. So things like effectively managing cognitive load, using spaced practice, ditching learning styles and so on. In terms of building connections over time, then we need to think about how we're going to help our students do that over the course of their studies. We should think about the order or sequence in which we teach units, topics within units, tasks within topics, and you're the expert on this because you know how your subject fits together better than anybody else does. And we should also build in opportunities for retrieval practice and recall and revisiting topics further down the line. And of course, one of the key things in this regard is that we need to be extremely careful about not moving on from a topic too soon if our students have not yet achieved a degree of fluency in that skill or in that concept, because we run the risk then of introducing gaps that will be problematic further on in the course. So you want to perhaps discuss these things with a trusted peer, somebody that you know knows the curriculum inside out. Engage with teacher networks inside and outside of the college and discuss these questions, and use the how-tos, of course, with some practical tips and help with this sort of thing. To finish up then, we design the curriculum in order to produce a whole range of impacts, don't we? And these hopefully should show evidence of that golden thread all the way from curriculum intent through to impact. So impact can mean a broad range of things as far as Ofsted is concerned, and the focus will not solely be on achievement data and exam results, although that's part of it, of course, but any positive outcomes and student successes. So impact includes students picking up on new skills, learning new concepts, ideas and knowledge. It might be developing their independence as a learner. Of course, it does include their achievements, the courses and the qualifications that they leave us with, but also what happens next in terms of destinations and whether or not we have equipped them effectively to succeed in whatever that destination might be the next step in their journey. So that's all for now. If you want to think more about some of these things and start to really dig into some of these ideas, you can find helpful resources in a few places. The Professional Development SharePoint page is a good place to find research and research summaries. The how-tos have got some really good practical strategies you can try out. And if you've still got questions and you want some more explanation of any of this sort of stuff, feel free to contact a member of the Professional Development team. But that's it for now, so thank you for watching.